Yeah. What's up, y'all? This is episode 2, season 2 of the Starting 5 podcast. Yes, you ain't hearing this shit wrong. This is Vante. I am the moderator, the young black Mr. Rogers himself. And in my neighborhood, I have the descendant of the legendary Ragnar and Beowulf. Yeah, read up on your Nordic folk tales, young pimp, Viking.
What up, people?
Y'all ain't even know. Alright, also I got Uncle Drew's 5th teammate, his great-grandson, the small-town Peyton Manning, Buckets.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Also got the young homie, he just entered the Kumite. He lost, got second place, just because he tapped out, got done fucking him up and he didn't want to win. Scooty.
What up?
And I also got this nigga Jay, which stands for just a nigga with a rocket launcher. We out here. Alright.
What's going on, man?
And this is what we gonna do right now. We gonna go into this topic real quick. They want to talk about us 5 lost on an island, right? And we all come up with what happens to each other, and the next person has to answer and say what they would do to prevent the death of what just happened. We all came on this raft, this bullshit raft. It deflated. Now we stuck on the island. Buckets. What? Day 1. What happened to Scoots?
Okay, so I'm gonna go around. Scootsy, day 1. You ain't got no water. What you gonna do?
Day 1, I find coconuts on the tree.
Good. Day 2. What happens to Jay?
Day 2, Jay, we ran out of coconuts. What are you gonna do?
Damn, in 2 days?
You drank them all.
I'm dehydrated. I'm looking for animals. I'm looking for regular animals I can chop open and fry.
Did you find them?
No, I ain't find those.
He dead. Vikings.
Wait, 2 days?
He killed himself. Vikings. Day 3. What happens to me? Go.
We just skipped-
What? You just get skipped?
dead.
No.
Jason,
I'm dead. He dead as fuck.
Alright,
He don't
so
have no
Scoots-
opinion.
Scootsy's got to do something for him then.
Oh, okay.
Let's go, Scootsy, day 3.
Day 3, you see Jay's rotting corpse on the side. What do?
I get it away from us, and I'm not going to harvest the meat because I'm not cannibalistic, and then I start digging for water / trying to find a stream. Since apparently we're also out of water. Jay did nothing to help our water predicament except die.
Died in 2 days.
Oh, we out of water? I'm dead. Like,
Day 2, I can't take this shit.
we gotta help the team. You just die.
I hope
That
you did
sounds like
honorable
life. What happened?
suicide.
Day 4.
Alright, day 4.
Wait, I can choose what happens to you, right?
Yes.
No,
We're going in a circle. What happens
Day
to me?
4, you wake up with a little varmint gnawing on your toes. What do you do?
Alright, I woke up. This fucking thing is on my foot. First thing I do is kick it the fuck off. I kicked it onto Jay's body. What y'all didn't know is that he wasn't riding. He just fell asleep. Like he always fall asleep and shit. Because you can't die from 2 days of not fucking eating. He was just asleep. It bit him. Now he got to deal with it whenever he fucking get back to his turn. And I
He's
live.
alive.
So
Yeah.
he was hibernating?
Yeah, he fell. You know how he like to fall asleep and shit, man.
Yo.
Alright. Buckets. On day 6, is it 5 or 6? I don't know. We skipping
5.
a day. We
Is
all.
it
Okay, day
This
5
day-
was cool, so it's day 6.
Day
Yeah.
1, 2,
3,
3,
4.
4. Day 5. Yeah.
Bam. Day 5. Alright, on day 5, we ran into a group of cannibalistic, like, Indians of the island.
Aborigines.
What we gonna do?
We're going to kill them with the spears that we've been making for 5 days.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Alright, Scootsy, day 6. All of a sudden, while you at the stream trying to get some water, 12 hippos surrounded you.
12
12.
in the water.
12.
I'm gonna climb up a fucking tree. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna yell for help.
That's the only.
That's the only. I can't outrun a hippo.
Cannot
Can't outrun a
you
hippo.
can't
Can't
outswim.
swim. So I'm gonna climb up a fucking tree and yell for help.
Because they can't climb.
Because
They
you
can't
can't
climb
sing
a
a
tree.
Kuna Matata and befriend them like that.
Like, nah, bruh. I
Alright.
can't Tarzan these
Sounds good
hoes.
to me. That sounds like he lived.
Good answer. Next. Scoots, what happens to Jay now that he woke up?
Day 7.
Jay hears my cries and comes immediately towards me and see all these hippos surrounding me, and he has to figure out a plan.
Okay, at this point, I'm gonna assess the situation and see what kind of hippos they are. Are they African hippos? Or
Man,
are
the
they
hippos,
North?
they big as
bro.
See, okay, all right. So put it this way: if I see your tree surrounded by hippos, the only thing I can hope to do is get one of their attention while I'm also safe in a tree. so I'm
not helping the situation.
No, listen, I'm safe in a tree, and I'll take a rock up there, and I'm gonna throw one rock and hit one hippo. So if that don't help everything, they don't run away scared. And don't look at me. I'm gonna get down and act like I ain't see you.
Hey, so either A, you tried to get a cat out of a tree by throwing another cat at it, or B,
literally nothing.
you're just gonna keep walking.
No. Okay, so
You
the
gonna
only
leave
other
the
way, the only thing I can hope for is like deforestation, and because hippos can't traverse within deforestation, so I just be like, hey, you fucking hippos, and then I'll run inside the forest, hoping they get trapped in some trees.
Right, so
You know what? I think either way you're surviving.
yeah,
Jay
he
survived.
yeah, he definitely
I
does.
just called for help.
Does
Is
Scoot
what's
survive? That's the question.
No, Scoots, he's
Oh.
up in the tree.
Yeah,
He's
he's,
up.
he's fine for now.
Listen,
They'll
he in
get
a
bored
tree.
sooner or later.
Yeah, hippos are territorial though, so they as
No,
long as
I'm in a
it's-
tree, not in the water.
Solid
But
point.
Hopefully the tree is a little bit away from the water.
Yeah,
We
so
don't know, man.
I think everyone's still alive. Jay, what you got?
What happens to
Viking?
Viking,
All
man?
right, man. So Viking, we got for you. We gonna have you coming out. You gonna be going crazy at this point. You got war paint. I don't know where you got paint. So you, for some reason, you got war paint.
So
in
it's
a bandana.
Aborigines blood. That's what that is.
That's Aborigine blood on your cheeks, and then for some reason your teeth are now pearly white. You have to bite 6 rocks to stop hallucinating. What you gonna do?
You have to bite 6.
He has
He's
to bite 6
hallucinating?
rocks. He's hallucinating like a motherfucker. He feels like he's in his bathroom at home, and he sees his pearly white teeth. In actuality, they rotted to fucking shit.
In
'Cause he's
in 6 days? Or
It's
8?
been like 8 days. He been eating nothing but dirt and bullshit like that. You know, Viking lives off the land.
Okay.
I'm gonna bite those rocks.
I
mean,
let's see what happens after that.
Yeah.
That's all I had, man.
I'll if I lose my teeth, I'll just start having to chop everything up before I eat it. Chop it up into goop and make my own little like was it a pestle and mortar and freaking just grind it up and blender, old school blender. That's all I gotta do.
Sounds like
Hope the
no.
hallucinations stop too. That's terrible.
Well, it sounds like he got no teeth, but it sounds like he alive.
That's cool with me.
All right.
Viking.
What do you got,
They-
you toothless Viking?
What is that?
All
We
right,
don't-
so day whatever and a half, Vante, you stroll along the beach, and all of a sudden, you step into this trap that the Aborigines, which are dead now, had set up. But basically, it's almost like they had put all these spikes under the sand, and so you step on these spikes, and you were stuck there. Your feet are spiked into the ground, and then it also lit an old school. They had like a flint rock with some like rope that they had handmade, and when you stepped on this lever, set off the trap, it lit that, and you about to be lit on fire, with your feet stuck in the ground.
He said, okay. Now, what I'm going to do right now, I'm about to be, like, looking at this fucking trap like I'm about to die. But I forgot I was walking along the beach, and the Aborigines is fucking stupid because it's high tide and the water came and fucking washed the damn fire away off the trap. So now I'm just stuck with spikes in my feet in the water. Hopefully, one of you bitches come along and come find me, help me get my feet off
I may
these
see what in the
spikes.
tree, so I don't
Because
know.
otherwise,
You
I'm
see,
dead as
The
fuck.
worst part is no
standing
one
here.
came and helped you. You died.
Fuck y'all. I died standing up like in the
High tide, you
in
drowned.
high tide.
Ah.
Fucking hoes.
I guess that's the price you pay for following me in this order, because I am not nice.
You know.
Apparently, I think in
Alright.
terrible situations.
I think hippos sucked.
Fuck, man.
So, all in all,
Worst.
All right.
Buckets did all right. Scootsy died stuck in a tree.
I
surrounded by hippos.
kind of died, came back.
Josh
Yeah, no,
done.
When
Josh.
he did, we all hallucinated him. He came back.
Yeah, something
That
like
was a
that.
hallucination.
Yeah, yeah.
Josh fell asleep, but he really died. Like, but we're sitting here, we propped his dead body up on a tree, and we were talking to him, and we taped his eyelids open.
He was dead the whole time.
Rigged a stick up in his mouth so he was smiling.
Oh my God, no! He was dead the whole time. R.I.P.
And then I lost all my teeth and just hallucinated to death. Like, I saw you dying, and I don't know what I thought was happening.
He
but,
just swam into the sea trying
Yeah.
to get to the other side.
and I was swimming away from you
I can make it.
because I thought you were a monster.
And then I died of starvation like 3 weeks later. I'm not gonna be able to survive on a little island by myself. I'm not playing with
And
you.
you don't want to eat Josh because
He's
he's
rotted.
rotted.
I'm
Yes.
not a big fan
You,
of
can't,
dark meat.
you don't want to get up
He's
in
a-
that tree and get scooted.
He's
You don't get those
a
hippos.
smiling, rotted.
I went out to sea.
No.
Vante got eaten
Man,
by a
I'm
bunch of little
I'm like
like,
Trimmers. I'm the dude who died on
carnivorous
top of the
fish
fucking pole.
from the sea.
Just hugging that shit.
So,
Fucking terrible.
so we all died. Next
That's
topic.
in
Like,
very
nice
weird
to
ways.
know
It
that
wasn't like,
we
oh,
have
disease,
no
dehydration,
No,
starvation.
We died
It
in
was
awful ways. That was
terrible.
We had no survival skills as a group. We was
No.
trash.
not at all.
Oh man, alright, well shit. Well right now, this is where we come up to where I just start asking a bunch of fucking questions and everybody else gets to answer. Now, first thing I'm gonna say is, was things better now than they are, or were things better in the 90s than they are now? And this is just as a whole, like cars, TV shows, clothes, job opportunities, money, anything you can think of. What is it or is it not? Like in certain aspects or another. Buckets.
I think that's around about better now. It was not better then. Because,
Wait,
okay.
Scoots. Why is it better now or was it better in the 90s?
It's better now than it was in the 90s.
Okay, Jay.
Better now than the 90s.
I can't
Viking.
really give you a for sure overall aspect because it's certain, like everything has a catch. So it's like, yeah, maybe now. I'm gonna say on certain levels, predominantly better now, but there are certain aspects about the '90s that are better, whatever you want to say.
Good answer. And I feel the same way. I feel like there was a lot of things that are better now than they were then, but then there's a lot of things that were better then than they are now. And now we will sit and elaborate about it. Buckets, what were you gonna say? How is it better, or what is better?
How is it better now? We have so much more technology. We can get a hold of every piece of information ever in our hands with our phones anywhere we are. That alone is ridiculous.
Shout out to Samsung.
Video games, all the graphics are 20 times better. Games are longer.
I'd say 100 times.
So glad we ain't playing
Yeah.
Pong and
Yeah,
shit.
I mean,
bro.
Yeah.
I didn't mean exactly 20. I
I know.
A lot.
I wanted to improve on your exaggeration on
Okay.
how that's a serious deal.
You're a classic one-upper, and I hate you.
No, I was trying to help you, man.
TVs are definitely better. Graphics better. All right.
Yeah, and I mean, I only watched cartoons when I was a kid, which I guess was the 90s. So I suppose cartoons were better then. I don't watch cartoons now, so I can't really talk about that very much. I don't know. I just think it's a lot better now. I don't see many pluses to go. Like if I could go back to the 90s and live like my current self in the 90s, I would not.
Okay. That's cool. Scoops.
Like you said, technology is amazing.
Okay.
If I popped up in the 90s with this iPhone, you best believe they think I'm a wizard. And I'm going to rule everything. Now, I mean, clothes is trending. So everything that used to be, it's a cycle. So everything that used to be like, that we wouldn't wear now, like then, is coming back now. Like, people can walk around with basically hammer pants. And it's cool. So
Fanny packs,
yeah, just really anything that
The
was
hats,
cool back then.
like snapbacks.
Snapbacks,
Which
is
would
back.
that would
Yeah.
make the clothing better in the 90s because it's the same
Would it?
thing. It's the same stuff.
But if it's
Just-
cycling,
But I'm
Cycling.
just saying
if
it's cycling.
cycling.
So it has nothing to do with the fact that we're realizing that the clothes were better in the 90s. It's just what fashion does is like every 20, 30 years you see the same kind of trends.
Yes. And then I mean,
In a lot of ways.
movies are better now. I think movies are better now. I mean, like genre perspective, westerns of course were better back then.
In
Amazing.
the 90s, though?
I mean, there's
What
more good.
movies, what westerns
What you
came
saying?
out in the 90s?
Unforgiven. Clint Eastwood.
Man,
I thought
you
this
asked the
was
wrong
1990s.
person that, like, he
That was
wouldn't know
1990s.
off the
Oh,
top.
1990?
Yeah.
Sorry. That's not really the 90s.
He knew off the
It's
top.
in
Yeah,
the
it
90s.
just barely clipped
That
into
counts,
That
though.
doesn't help, like, as a whole, I would say the 90s westerns,
I feel like
they
I feel
match
like-
about the same as the 2000s.
feel
Debbie
like
Downer
you're a
westerns.
hater.
That counts. We gonna say that count. What else, Scoops?
I mean, video games were better. I mean, cars now are better. Now, as in the 90s. I mean, cars are amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really too much I can say about now in the 90s.
All right, Jay, man, what you gotta
Alright,
say?
man, the only thing better in the 90s was probably cartoons and gas prices. Other than that, everything now is better. And gas prices is kind of on par because I think minimum wage is like $5. $5 and a couple beans. or some bullshit like that.
$5.25, something like that.
Whatever it was ridiculous.
And now we can get corporate jobs. Like, we ain't getting that shit back in the 90s.
Yeah, black people wasn't really getting many corporate
Well-
jobs in the 90s, brother. I mean, it was Oprah, Montel, and everybody else. Like, it was... There weren't many black
Montel.
executives, as many black executives now as there was in... Okay, I take it back. There were not as many black executives in the 90s as there are now. There is more opportunity now for people like us. I mean, not to say that there's never been opportunity, but it just seems like there's a little bit more,
Yeah.
and it's a little bit more widely accepted for people like us to have more opportunity now than back in the 90s. Even though that was just 20 years ago. Like, it just...
Yeah.
you gotta
Yeah, but how
understand.
far the 90s was only like 20, 30 years out from the big civil rights movement, so just
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's amazing
yeah.
the leaps and bounds you make with just 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, I can remember pieces of the 90s, and I remember certain places I wasn't allowed to go. Like,
I know you can remember the civil rights movement.
of course I
You
can't.
old.
Of course I cannot remember. But other than that, I don't know, man. There's not much about the 90s I kind of miss other than, I guess, the cartoons.
All right, Viking, what you got, man?
like I said, there's certain aspects. I think overall as a whole, I like cars better now. I just wasn't a big fan of the predominant style of cars in the 90s. Now it's a win-lose with the video games and the technology. I'm glad. Like, would I want to go live where I'm at in life, my age, 21? Would I want to be like transported and be 21 in the 90s? Maybe, but I think I'm happier growing up as a little kid in the 90s than I would be growing up as a little kid now. Because all the little kids, well, shoot, I got a tablet and a phone on my lap right now, and kids that are 8 or 9 or whatever, what they do with more than half the time is sitting inside on the couch on their iPad playing games. Whereas in the 90s, as a kid, like, I was forced to go outside, and I don't know. I'm glad it was so much easier now to get away from an active lifestyle from that perspective. And the video games thing, video games are better now, but it also kind of couples with that whole technology aspect. I think in certain aspects, the music was better. In certain aspects, some of the music was better. Like a lot of the music, because today's everything's so digital. Everything's so digital, and so it's like they have all these digital beats, and basically a concert is one person singing or lip syncing if you're cheating, because your voice sounds like crap, with the DJ in the back, and it's a lot less full on bands.
We talking about you, Black Eyed Peas.
Hey.
I like the original Black Eyed Peas. Let's see what
Yeah.
else about the 90s. So I don't know. It's a tough win. I like today better because I think things are a lot more open, and I'm gonna say, well, not right now, but in general, I'd say less like racial tension. Like, thinking about, like, it was a lot more common to have for people to freak out about like interracial relationships as a whole. Like, a lot more common to think of, like, if somebody's daughter or son was dating somebody from a different ethnicity, like, the parents would freak out. Now we're kind of getting away from that, where people don't even realize it anymore, in a sense. Like, or they might be like, you like black guys, but it's not like judgmental.
Don't worry, Jay judges.
Yeah, no,
Jay
that's
will
fine.
judge
Jay
you.
does not like white girls, and that's fine. I'm not
Yeah.
saying there's nothing wrong with it. He doesn't find them attractive.
As
That's
he would say,
that's
he's
his
not down with the swirl.
that's his thing.
Not
And,
down.
More,
and
more
see, here's
white
another
girls
thing.
for Scootsy.
Well, it's becoming. Well, like, it doesn't work out for him. That's fine. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying I was going for more the aspect of like if somebody does date somebody interracially, you don't see all the backlash that you used to see.
It's more
You see-
accepted. It's
you
wide.
see
It's more
older
widely
generation
accepted.
backlash, like your
Oh, yeah.
parents,
Yeah, but
or your grandparents.
We-
But
we don't give a fuck about them
with the
because they old.
grandparents
No,
than
yeah.
directly
Yeah.
with the parents. But man, I think I'm really happy with the way I came up. Like I came up in the '90s. I was pretty young, and I got my initial childhood, and I think that was a good time for that. I prefer that time over this time. But then now where I'm at, like I think my lifespan, like born in '93, so I got to see the '90s. But then I was coming up early 2000s, and I got to see this explosion of technology as I'm coming up and experiencing it. But I'm not too early to where it's messing up my childhood, and I'm not too late to where I can't keep up. So like I think I am prime position as far as time and history for my lifespan and the way it has panned out. So I really can't choose. I kind of gave you a roundabout like typical talk show answer there, and I never really chose.
That's cool. I'm cool with that.
I
though.
think I can't choose because the way I came up was fine.
Can't
It's all-
you're
it's-
a hater.
It's
Yeah,
all,
that's fine.
It's all good, Viking, because I feel the exact same way. Being for real, like the main thing I had against it was maybe I should have gave a later time, but it's more or less like everything that a lot of us do nowadays is based off of older stuff. I mean, it might not be just the '90s, but like '80s and '70s and '60s and stuff like that. But a lot of the stuff that people do, like people watch like Seinfeld and
Yeah, like
The
you get all these, people get
Simpsons
excited
and
about all
the-
these shows on Netflix.
Yeah, all
and
these
stuff.
old shows on Netflix, like highest rated shows, over newer shows. I guess the creativity isn't as good in some of this stuff. Just like all cartoons, I was trying to watch some of the stuff my son watches, and I'm just like, I don't understand none of this.
There's only one cartoon now that I can watch with my nephews, and that's that Gumball one.
Yeah.
Gumball is funny as hell.
Yeah, but I'm like, it's a select certain amount of the shows that are good, but a lot of them just, it's like they lack creativity, or, like they have to do, it's not like back in the day when every day a show came on and you was extra hype to see this show. Like, I ran in from school, threw my backpack on the floor, did a barrel roll over the bunk bed to watch Dragon Ball Z as it was coming. Like, it's not stuff like that no more. And
I think it's one of those things where it kind of goes along with, like, think about when TV and that, like, 90s was probably, 80s and 90s was like when TVs were becoming a lot more common in the household, and not just your 5 basic channels, like there was actual cable and satellites, where you had real channels, and so that was a lot of, they were still in like the early stages of that, so everything was new, everything was original, and now we're freaking 20 years out from that, and so it's like you're seeing so much stuff recycled because that was in such an early stage of film and TV. And
but even so, you would think there wouldn't be such a lack of creativity.
Only decades ago, only like a decade ago, or only like a few decades ago in the 90s, I mean, no one ever saw a president on TV. Like, you only went to a speech if you saw them, but no one knew what they looked like. They just heard their voice. And then after that, people had started like putting makeup on any authoritative figure because you don't know what they look like. So a lot of people across the nation didn't know what a president exactly looked like. Maybe they saw a picture of him, they heard their voice like every day, but they didn't know what they looked like.
Now Obama has a Twitter.
Now he has a
At
Twitter.
POTUS.
You see where we getting to, man. It's crazy. And also, I agree with what Jay said. Like, African Americans as a whole have a lot more opportunities than back in the 90s. But, I mean, that whole deal is, like I said, it's a separate topic for itself because I feel like we're going backwards. But, it is what it is. We have more opportunities, but it's almost the same amount of scrutiny and hatred going around, even though the older people shouldn't be teaching their younger generation this because, like Viking said, the whole interracial dating thing is highly accepted now, and in probably about 50, 60, 70-ish years, there won't be any just straight Caucasian or straight African American race. It'll be all mixed. Everything will be mixed.
Yeah, I saw a picture of that, and it was like, I don't know, they're guesstimating what the average person would look like in like 100 and 150 years, and it was like, almost like, take a light-skinned person, and then make it just like a shade lighter.
Mm-hmm.
And then their eye color was kind of like a green hazelish. But random thought. You know what's real tricky?
What's up?
All right, so you
I do not.
this is kind of random thought, but it kind of plays off what you guys were talking about with like the black community and all that stuff, interracial stuff. All right,
I vote with you.
I'm just gonna say this is tricky. All right, and this might be a bad thing to say.
Tricky?
Like,
It's a
probably it's a bad
Like,
thing.
you're about to
say it.
No,
If you
it's
say
just
it.
one of those.
We gonna let it ride,
Yeah.
though.
It's like, how do I know whether to say African American or black? Because a lot of times I'll be sitting there talking, and I'll be like, the black community, and be like, what'd you say? We're African American. I'm like, my bad, bro. And so I'll be like,
My bad, bro.
So
My
I
bad,
try
bro.
to be politically correct, and so like I had that happen to me one time. Like I don't know,
My bad,
I was
bro.
around somebody that preferred African American, so I started saying it. And I think it came around maybe one of you guys or somebody, and I was like, I think it was Josh. He's like, I ain't no African. I'm black, bro. I'm not from Africa. I'm
Around
not
people-
African American.
like-
and I was like, well, dang it. What do I say?
Around a class atmosphere with a lot of people you don't know, you want to be as as politically correct
correct.
as possible.
I just
You
say
don't wanna
black,
throw out
and people
bad
look at
names.
me, and I say it's a descriptive term.
Well, I don't
Well,
look. I
I
don't
got
see. You can call me whatever you want.
That was just
as long as you don't call me a nigga. I don't care. I promise. Because people said Negro, African American,
I can't
Black.
take it.
That's
I
a-
can't.
You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
I've
I
heard
don't.
all of
I'm
it.
like that's whatever. But just don't.
I mean, I ain't
call
never
me
gonna
nigga.
say
I ain't
Negro.
gonna-
As
I ain't
long as you
The
gonna-
only
don't
time
call
that
me.
word comes out of my mouth is when I'm speaking Spanish and I'm saying the color black.
That's like I said, long
Like
as you
a
don't
tablet
long as you don't
Negro,
call me
like,
a
it's
nigga,
a-
I don't care. And especially coming from one of my friends or something,
tablet.
I won't take it ever as offensive. But that's just me though.
I was just saying it's
so
tricky
what-
because it's like
so-
everybody's got their own preference
Well, it
and you
depends
don't
on
know
how
what
they're-
it
depends
is.
on how they're raised
So
up.
you're telling me there's nothing I could say to you that would offend you on racial terms?
Unless you call me like a bitch or like a nigga bitch, or I have to kill
A
you.
laugh ass nigga. They call him a
Or
laugh
Jen-
ass
or
nigga.
Without
GPN.
being, or there's nothing.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
nothing.
Hey,
Not even
nothing.
like
nothing.
African American.
No, you
No.
got. You
Hold on.
You gotta understand,
Hey,
man. I come from a home where
What
I was
called you a
called.
monkey?
what if
I've
some
been-
goes
Whoa,
punch
yeah,
you?
yeah.
No, listen,
Isn't that bad?
You gotta understand.
That's bad.
See?
See,
Like,
yeah.
I was called one when I was a kid.
Listen,
and
you gotta
it was
understand.
hard
You gotta
to talk
understand.
to.
I come from a household where I was called everything in the book. There's literally you can call me the N word now. I'm gonna get mad, but I'm like,
I'ma get mad.
other than that, there's not. If you're like in my face and you're saying it, yeah, it's gonna be a problem. If you like just. Oh, he was so and so called you this. I'm like, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Like if you're not right here in my face, coming at me with this hatred, then it doesn't matter. And there's literally there's nothing you can call me to hurt my feelings. There's no, I can find humor in everything someone wants to call somebody.
I mean-
now. So if you want to call me out of my name, I'm probably gonna laugh at you if you're not in my face. If you're in my face, well let's find out what's wrong with you. Let's find out what your real problem is.
And
So
also,
you wouldn't get mad if I called you a polar bear at midnight. Okay.
That's
like I
funny.
said,
Though. That's funny.
there's
racism.
all kind of
You
things
can,
like
call
that
me,
you can
racist.
you
do.
can call me a coon, you can call me a spear chucker, you can call me a porch
No.
monkey,
You know what
you
I'm
can
saying?
call me all of that. I don't care. That's dumb.
That's what I'm saying. There's so much stuff that you're so tolerant.
I
of.
think-
you wanna
I
hear-
think
you wanna hear
it's
something. You want to hear
different.
something
I think it's
crazy? You
different
want to hear
from-
something crazy? Give me an offensive term for a straight white male in America. Exactly.
Prick.
Oh, I mean, well, that's
Oh man.
No, you
Yeah.
know what's racist to me?
Right.
You know what I hate? When I'm like, hey, I'm going to do this. That's white people stuff. Get off me.
What I hate.
No. I want an offensive term, a
like a
derogatory,
derogatory
term,
term.
other
Yeah,
than
that
the
ain't-
C
that ain't
word.
The only
derogatory.
time
I
I
know.
don't like something is when I'm going to like play basketball and there are people out there and look at this white boy. And they immediately assume I'm gonna be terrible at
Yeah,
anything.
I don't like that.
Once
That's-
again,
It's undertones.
that's not
it's
derogatory,
all
though.
I want a
yeah, it is.
derogatory
That's
term.
not derogatory.
I want
Well,
a
no, I mean,
derogatory
it
term.
is.
Playing in his
Kinda
mindset that I can't play
Like, it
ball
makes me
because
feel
I'm a
like I
white boy
can't
coming
do-
in.
Like they
That's
don't expect me to
derogatory.
be able to play
Okay.
at all because
So it's like when
I don't give a.
It's not a term.
I don't care.
Yeah.
But you know, it kind of makes me want to show them that I'm
Yeah,
about
that's
to
what I'm
drop
saying.
all these buckets on them.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Buckets
saying.
drops buckets. Everyone knows buckets
But
drops
that's what I'm
buckets.
saying.
We
It's not
understand.
it's not a
But-
term though, but
No,
it is. It's
no.
like
Yeah.
what would you call it? It's not an expression. It's just.
It's like it's an
It's a
attitude.
state of
It's more of an
mind.
attitude.
Yeah,
It's
attitude
a
and
state of
tone.
mind.
Okay.
It's not what you say, but
But
it's how you
not a-
say it.
yeah.
But I feel like that's not
That's not
happening
even on-
as much as
it's
it
not the
used to.
icing on the cake.
I feel like okay, you might have experienced that a few times in your life, but I really
No,
feel like
no.
you missed a bulk. If that ever happened in your life, I feel like you missed a bulk of it.
Yeah.
Because if you would have been in like a heavy, if
Oh,
anyone
yeah, you're right.
was born
No,
in a
okay.
heavy urban area, yeah, that's what you hey, you picked on the white guy. All right, that's cool.
And then when they stop dropping
But
buckets,
when
you
they
just
start
say,
dropping
okay,
buckets, yo, he the coolest
he's the
motherfucker
coolest
at the
dude ever.
park now.
Yeah.
He is the king of the
All
park.
they was just saying,
Hit a
earn
game.
my
Let a
respect.
white man hit a
That's
game
about
winning
it.
shot. Let a white man hit a game winning shot in the hood and see if he ain't the coolest white
Man,
man.
let him
You
hit
would-
5
you would-
shots.
You would get on
Let him
any.
hit
Yeah,
5
you would get on
shots.
any team.
Yeah.
Any squad. Hey, I got him. I got Moonlight.
They gonna call you some bullshit. And
Wonder
be like, "Nah,
Bread.
Now, Wonder
you
Bread,
like
that's
that.
stupid. The C
Yeah.
word, that's stupid. Moonlight, that's
C
stupid.
word.
The only thing he's saying
Did you say
crackers,
the
man.
C word?
I, mean, I
man.
just
Look,
don't. I mean,
You can't even say cracker?
I don't want
Look.
niggas to say nigga, so I'm just trying.
The problem, I want to agree with you. The problem is cracker is not offensive. It just
That's
makes
the
me
really
point.
not.
That's
It's
what
not-
I'm saying.
It
There-
just makes me
so
laugh.
bringing me back to my original point. What is the offensive derogatory term from a straight white male?
There
in
really,
America?
there really ain't. It's not
Exactly.
I
one.
mean, I can think of
You can call him a bitch.
I call it privilege.
Okay, no,
Privilege.
yeah, no, that. Well, I mean, there's not
No,
really
not
one
call
term,
it-
but when people look at me and be like, "Oh, he's a rich, privileged piece of crap," he came up, he never had to work for nothing. It's like, calm down. Like,
But see-
I don't like when people get mad at me about where I came from, because how am I supposed to choose where I came
I've
from?
got the same experience. I got the same thing for that. I've had it since I was in high school. Listen, you can only play the cards you're dealt.
Exactly.
Just because you get if you get a shitty hand, it's up to you to figure out how to make, how to,
Man,
you
sometimes it sucks being born
It-
5'3".
it's
Live
a tough life, man.
You make it work. You
I'm
get-
5'6",
you
I
get
bitch.
bitches.
But 5'5" on a great day,
Man, listen, I'm a,
285 pounds.
Whoa! I don't know if that's accurate.
Oh,
I'm
you
a,
like what? Aren't
listen,
you like
listen.
Mildly
185?
funny,
Let's not worry about my weight right now.
dyslexic,
I'm,
I'll
almost
help you out.
intelligent.
Club foot.
but all around
When did this-
gangster?
when did this turn into pick on Jay hour?
I call him an all around gangster.
Yeah, because
Well, no, I
that's-
said he got a rocket launcher. Like, you can keep talking shit, and he gonna come to your house.
All around gangster with a rocket launcher.
You don't want to.
Hey, what's our next topic?
All right,
Yeah, what's
man.
next?
Off of this, we're gonna go right into the finals. We're gonna talk about this shit again.
Right.
Yeah,
Best five. Let's
Yeah.
do best five.
not right now because we already talked about it. What did y'all think of game one, and what do y'all think about game two? Real quick, go buckets.
I don't think Golden State played that well. I think Cleveland played the best they'll play in the finals. Kyrie got hurt. I don't think they have a chance. It's gonna be over 5 games max.
Blah. Scoots.
I agree. Kyrie died game one. They played the best game one except JR. JR didn't play good. Warriors did not play good at all.
No.
And they're just going to turn it up, especially with Kyrie gone. No one's going to pick up the slack from Cleveland.
Facts. Jay.
I had the series going to 6. Now I don't think it'll go past 5. LeBron got a bad draw. Even if LeBron drops 40 each game from now until the end of the series, I don't think it'll be enough because I don't think he has enough firepower around him to keep up with Golden State.
Viking.
Iman and JR both played like trash last game, and they're kind of two key components that helped them. Like that they got kickstarted in the playoffs. I'm still have it going to 6. I'm gonna say LeBron will be able to inspire him with his tenacity for a couple games to maybe get a W or 2. But I think all in all, as long as Golden State just doesn't relax, and they won't, they're gonna win it.
Cool. My thoughts, real quick. Pretty much, I was sad as fuck when I found out Kyrie broke his kneecap and he was out.
Profound
Because
sadness.
literally how they played, well, that was probably the best they played. But at the same time, like Viking said, Iman Shumpert and J.R. Smith played like trash that game.
JR was 3 for 13.
They couldn't get a shot
The only
to
good
drop.
shot JR made was that buzzer beater to the second
That's what I'm
half.
saying. Like they could not make a shot. So I'm hoping they make some shots. Honestly, you don't want to give LeBron 40 points a game. Like I don't care what they said.
He can have it.
They don't want to give him 40 points.
Put it this
That's
way.
saying that
Put it this
JR
way. Put it
and
this way.
Iman is going to be off
If LeBron drops
for the next 5 or
if
6
Le-
games.
If LeBron drops 40, and JR is known for taking 5 or 6 games off like that. So let's say LeBron drops 40 and has 8 assists every game. That's just at the most another 21 points. So
Well,
there's 61 right there. So
Here's a thought. LeBron dropped 40. Iman and JR played bad. Is him dropping 44 because he was trying so hard because he had to pick up the slack from them not playing well? Is that the reason behind his 44 points?
Yes.
Honestly, I think the reason why he got
Because
44
I think if
is
they're
they
on,
were,
he's not going to drop 40.
He shoots
He'll drop
more
29.
when they lose, when he doesn't have any weapons.
You know what he has
see
to do?
it.
He has to pick up
He
the slack.
shoots. He shoots more when he doesn't have his weapons.
the thing about it is he scored 44 because they single coveraged him. Every other team,
That's fine.
Every
You know
other
what they
team-
proved? They said that's fine. You can we'll one man
Yeah.
on you. You can drop 44. What happened?
They
We
lost.
still won.
yeah, I know, but I'm saying though.
Why would
Do
they
you
change
think? What about the other guys? Are they not just going to score? Like they're going to go
All-
3 for 13.
All
the
I'm
next,
saying is
the next
Kyrie's
four
gone.
games?
Okay.
Kyrie's gone. You
Well,
lost your 20
that's been
or
the
more
formula
points.
of how they got past everybody. Like, especially look at Atlanta. What they did, they played major help defense on LeBron,
Yeah, and
that
they got
opened up
burnt.
JR and Amon exactly. And Warriors aren't doing that. They're gonna say, LeBron, we're gonna single up on you, do what we can because you're LeBron. But if we can shut down your supporting cast, it's LeBron versus Golden State. That's what that's what that
and then
becomes.
it's just the nail in the coffin is just Kyrie getting injured.
yeah,
That's the nail on the
They're
coffin.
saying that Amon Shumpert played bad, but
he was 2 for 6.
when is he going to be able to shoot well?
Yeah.
Like, how often does he just
Only-
go
Yeah,
off?
he
I
never
mean,
did.
Never,
in the last
never,
couple,
but
he
just
doesn't go
being-
off,
he
but in the
plays
last
defense
in the
well.
Yeah,
last
just
couple
not,
series,
just not being like 2 for 6.
you
Just
know what I'm saying?
not,
Not being two, and
Being
it's
like
those
2
two
for 3,
combined.
that's fine.
Yeah, it's those two
So you
combined.
think he shot too much?
Oh, well, I'm saying that
He missed
maybe
key shots.
If he can't get on a streak, you know, if he's not
Oh,
hot,
shit.
if you're only gonna make 2 out of 8, you just tone back your volume a little bit. Because JR, he's a volume shooter, so
Yeah,
it's either gonna be
he
he's
doesn't
either
trash.
on or he's trash.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like I said, I think the series. I mean, when I seen Kyrie get hurt, I pretty much was
Yeah,
like,
that kind of shut it down.
yeah, I was like, man,
No.
the only way if LeBron pulls this shit out of his ass, man, can't nobody ever say any fucking thing. Like they won't be able to. But that's the thing. I don't.
He ain't
I don't.
gonna-
Yeah, I don't.
you know
Not
what's
happening.
gonna, just real quick. You know what's gonna come back if LeBron does pull it out? You know what people are gonna say? Oh, nobody on Golden State had ever been to the finals,
and
and
that's gonna
eight
be-
people
yeah.
on Cleveland have been to the finals. That's what it's come
And
back to, and that's
gonna be
gonna
some
be the excuse.
bullshit because they're gonna go back to. No, nobody. I don't think anybody's been to the finals on Cleveland.
Cleveland?
except
No,
for, like,
8 final appearances. Yeah,
Really?
Kendrick's been to the finals like 4 times. Kendrick Perkins.
Oh,
the
Kendrick
team.
Perkins and Sean Marion.
Yeah, they've all been to they got people that have been to the finals.
He's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
You talking about
Well,
the
I saw-
13,
yeah,
that's what he's saying,
I
that
saw
they're going
this-
to make that
I
excuse.
saw this stat. I think NBA posted a
Yeah.
picture, and it said 8 finals appearances versus 0
Yeah,
finals
he's kind of
appearances.
damned if he does, damned if he don't. But he's
But-
more damned
but
if he don't.
does.
Yeah.
No, if he's, I feel like this
at
this
this-
year, this particular year, other than the year he was in Cleveland and took him to the finals before, it would be they won't put it on him as much. They can't.
No,
I don't think
There's
so.
no way.
No.
I don't-
In
'Cause
Cleveland,
last time
when he went to
Cleveland-
Cleveland, they was like,
Oh.
"Whoa, what do you expect? He played the Spurs,
Yeah.
and it's just LeBron. That's okay." This situation, your 2 biggest pieces of help are hurt.
Yeah.
Kevin Love's not playing. Kyrie Irving's not playing, and it's just you with these supporting members against a very good team.
who
Very.
nobody expected to play as well as they have been playing.
Golden State?
And now they're here. No, the supporting cast
Oh,
because
the
they're
support-
all young,
Cleveland. Oh, okay, okay.
inexperienced, and being like
I think
they've been
I don't
on a
like that
tear.
excuse. I
and
don't like that excuse. I don't
What?
like that. Oh, you talking about Cleveland or Golden
Yeah.
State?
Cleveland.
Yeah,
bro.
I don't like that excuse.
Well, I'm just saying it plays a part.
I can understand.
Because they've been playing so well that now they're like, oh, these guys are this good, and it's like
They
well,
have to
really,
play
it
to
kinda
their
ran
potential.
out.
See, the only reason I say that's because there's who's new. Who's on that team is brand new. The newest person is
Iman and
Tristan.
Jr.
No, I'm talking about
He's
into
talking
the
about new to the-
NBA.
he's talking about new
like
to the league.
pressure. Like
Oh.
Iman's been to the playoffs before.
Mozgov.
JR's been to the playoffs. Mozgov's been in the league like 4 years.
He's been
now.
in league for
Yeah,
4
Yeah,
years.
but
Has he been to the
playoffs?
none of them have played
Denver's
with the
been to the
pressure.
playoffs.
First round at most, though.
Yeah, none of
this
them-
is the finals.
None of them have played with the pressure of the
This is the
finals. That's what it is. None
Hey,
of them
hey,
have
look at
played.
this.
No one in Golden State's been to the playoffs. So there's a pressure.
Yeah,
on
I
them.
don't
Yeah, but
think
but
it
that's
them
not-
but
you
them
can't make
together,
these
but
excuses.
those players are better than the
Well, I
supporting
think
cast
as
of
of- as-
LeBron.
as
So
of
you
right
can't
now-
compare.
You
I'm
can't
saying
tell,
that.
you can't
But
tell
I
J.R.
just-
Smith that. Go
but
tell
I
J.R.
don't
Smith
think-
that someone on Golden State's better than him.
Okay, of course not. But
I
I'm
don't
saying
think
though,
there's an
everyone
intimidation
knows that.
factor because like when every team goes in
I'll buy
there, the dominating team came like Cleveland with the Spurs, intimidation. Lakers, Kobe,
I think what you did
intimidation.
there-
I feel like
Intimidation.
the
It's like-
supporting
it's-
cast.
But there's no
You know,
intimidation from Golden State. There's no
That's what I'm saying.
intimidation.
It's
LeBron.
well, all I'm
No,
saying is
LeBron,
that
but he doesn't
You
have
said-
anybody behind him.
You said Golden
Intimidation
State doesn't have
for-
any intimidation on them?
No.
What are you talking about?
What-
They've been
what do you
on
mean?
it. They have that. You know, okay.
Who's
it's
the-
not-
Hold on, wait,
who's
what do you
the-
mean? Elaborate. Elaborate.
Okay, everybody knows Steph Curry's the MVP. They have great shooters. They have a great bench supporting cast. All right, coach. They building this fire. But what sets them apart other than them winning these games?
Take all those individual
That-
things and compile it into one.
That's
You know those.
scary.
You know those years where one team just is on a tear and everything clicks and it's like ain't nothing stopping them. Like one of those Michael Jordan Chicago Bulls kind of year where you're just like, you can't. One of those Los Angeles track Lakers year where you're just like, ain't nothing stopping them. That's what they have coming into this. Is you take all those. You listed a bunch of individual pieces. Put all those pieces together, you have a scary team.
But I don't.
The
I
situation
don't
is
see
right.
like Scooty said, I don't see that. But I don't see the intimidation from Cleveland
It's
playing
not.
Golden State.
It's less intimidation
They-
than it is
no,
more pressure
I
on
I mean, they
LeBron.
lost, but they weren't intimidated. They just didn't make
all,
a shot.
all
Okay.
I'm saying, all I was saying is that both teams can't have too much excuse for the other team
No.
because they're not facing that big powerhouse
Yeah,
that we saw every previous year until now.
It's new.
There we go.
I mean, that's true,
But-
but at the same time, Golden State lost 15 games.
No, and I
Here,
agree, but I'm
maybe-
talking
maybe
about
it's
veteran
not-
status.
Second
maybe we're
away
looking
from
at
the
the wrong
record?
way.
But I'm thinking about more veteran status going into the finals. Like,
look at this.
I understand what you're saying now. You're saying like when Kobe and them came in the league, it was like you had to worry about Kobe.
you just gotta worry
Shaq.
about like just all
And
like just
fucking-
every time the Spurs get in there, you don't like you worry about everyone on Spurs and Pop. So like
What does
you worry
intimidation
about, like-
bring? Intimidation brings pressure, and we're trying to figure out this intimidation factor. Maybe it's not so much an intimidation factor as it is more of a pressure factor on LeBron. Because like LeBron, you've been here, you brought this team. You guys got to win. And what is it for the Warriors? Oh, these young kids are having a great year. They're just having fun. If you lose the finals, so what? You lost to LeBron and the Cavaliers.
Yeah, but what about the rest of it? What about the rest of his supporting cast? They're young. They're supposed to be having
fine.
fun too.
You know,
Talking
but
about
it's-
Cleveland?
Yeah.
There's
Who's
this
young
thing-
on Cleveland once
No,
again?
There's this thing. There's this
They not,
thing.
they not
Maybe
old
Timothy's
guys
the
like they
youngest.
old.
Kyrie
as
Irving
fuck.
and Tristan Thompson are the youngest person on that starting lineup.
Here,
And Curry's not.
there's
good.
a thing called the LeBron
Never-
effect. It doesn't-
Deladova, I guess.
The LeBron
Nah,
effect.
Timothy's not old,
I
right?
said Deladova, the
yeah,
white boy,
he's
the,
young.
The
little white
backup point guard.
boy. Okay, so
Yes,
other
they
than
do.
him, who hasn't been in the
Like 7
NBA?
years.
Like I understand they
Well,
haven't
no,
been to the finals
they've
and
all
haven't
been in the
experienced this
NBA.
pressure.
They all
but
been in the playoffs, but none of these people have been in the
I'll
finals.
tell you why, because it doesn't matter because LeBron's on the team.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why. That's
the
the whole
LeBron
thing.
effect. You got
That's-
LeBron on your
that's
team.
the-
you're
LeBron's not
supposed to-
gonna let you be scared.
Yeah.
You're more scared of LeBron and what he'll do to you than the other team.
And maybe
at
that's
this
what's
point.
killing them. They're so worried that like
I
LeBron, they
You
like,
gotta play. You gotta
perform,
play
we
to his.
I don't-
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
think
It's like
is
playing with
killing
Jordan.
them. I think
No.
the Golden
If you
State
really
Warriors
think
are just a
about
better team.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's what it
at
comes
this
down
current
to.
moment.
The Warriors are just better.
I think if Cleveland can win one here, then I can stick with my prediction with Cleveland at 6. If they can win one they're gonna have to win one. But if they don't win this one, 5. They gonna lose in 5. They don't win this one because it's a wrap.
Well, all right, let's do the best 5.
All right,
What you
best
got for
5
us?
right now. We're gonna do best 5 because we all 5 people. One
Glad you
thing:
can count.
stay in school, kids.
I love being part of 5.
Real quick, favorite comedian for everybody. I'm gonna start off with Buckets. Who's your favorite comedian?
Mine is Dave Chappelle.
The Chappelle
The-
Show.
Yeah, I love the Chappelle Show, and then all of his stand-ups were some of the funniest things that I still quote all the time. Not verbatim, you racist.
I'm rich, bitch. Scoots, favorite comedian.
I'm gonna say Richard Pryor because
Yeah.
Richard Pryor was amazing. He started all of the black racial jokes and all of it, and he was amazing. He started like just up and coming.
Honestly, I
Red
think-
Fox had a couple of them jokes.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
I think Richard Pryor probably the
But
best
Richard Pryor.
comedian ever, dog. For real. But we're gonna
And his
keep
movies
going.
were hilarious.
Jay.
I'm gonna go with Louis C.K. Louis C.K. is probably my favorite comedian ever because
I feel like that was a win for the white people in the world.
that's
Yep.
fine.
One of his
It was
favorite things
him.
is white.
I have 3. I have 3. It's gonna be Louis C.K., Chris Rock, or Dave Chappelle. Those 3. But if
Eddie
I had to
Murphy?
pick one, Eddie Murphy. He's only got 2 specials.
That's true.
His
But they
movies
was
are-
funny
we're not-
as fuck,
They
though.
were. We're not going off movies though. We're going off comedy
Just
specials,
comedy,
correct?
yeah.
Or
Just,
straight comedy.
Just straight comedy, like
If
in
we're talking,
general.
I guess if we're talking about shows, Eddie Murphy was on Saturday Night Live,
Yeah, for a while.
but
Yeah, because we're talking
Just-
stand like
yeah,
my,
just-
my
but he-
general
but he
comedian
brought
and my stand-up
SNL back.
comedian are two
That's
different.
what I'm just saying,
if we're
just in
going
general.
stand-up-
Yeah, just.
general.
general?
I
would
was
say
in
in
general, like I said,
Oh.
Eddie brung
Ooh,
SNL
I'll
back.
go. I probably
Eddie
Ooh,
brung SNL
Jim.
back.
Well, do you want to change yours, Buckets, real
Because-
quick?
I'm good.
All right.
Because like people like
All
Will Ferrell
Altogether,
and stuff
then
don't
I probably
understand
gotta say Dave Chappelle then.
You
Or
want to change
Chris
yours,
Rock.
Scoots?
Because
I'm
Chris
gonna
Rock
say
had the
Richard
Chris Rock
Pryor.
show back in the early
'Cause-
2000s, and that shit
Yeah.
was hilarious.
Everybody hates Chris.
No,
No.
the
No,
Chris
I know,
Rock
the
The
show.
actual
know.
Chris Rock show that he
Yeah,
had.
it was a sketch comedy show, just like Dave Chappelle had. But no, okay, Chappelle did it better. Let's go Chappelle. Easy. You're right. Chappelle was better.
All right, so
Viking.
general comedian.
Yeah, just whatever, man. Bet who is your favorite comedian? Who is your favorite comedian?
Like
Stand
I
up
said,
and
if
comedy.
there's
It's two
general
different.
and
It's two
there's
different ones.
because there's people who are comedians
If we're
who
talking-
are hilarious,
Yeah.
but they don't do stand up. They're hilarious
That's
just
what-
as they
Ah,
are. See what
that's
I'm
real.
saying?
That's real.
See the
Okay.
problem here. Will Ferrell's hilarious. How many stand ups has he done? Nil. None. 9.
I don't
0.
know why he hasn't done one.
I think he might.
He
have.
has.
Maybe.
He has
His
his younger years.
His
He
early
has done
career
some.
stuff.
Yeah, he
Most
did like SNL was the extent
most
of it.
big comedians have started stand
They
up.
have done stand up, but I'm
Absolutely.
saying
They haven't
you
made-
don't
they
know
didn't
Yeah,
much
have
but
about
they
him.
didn't. But they didn't like.
Fair enough.
make
I don't
money
look
off
at
of
him
it.
like his
So
stand up was what
Vante,
made it.
just clarify for Vikings.
I mean, I can just answer
Do
both.
both.
It's
Just do
fine.
Yeah,
both.
just
I'll just do both.
man.
All right, so stand-up comedian. I'm probably this one's tough. I'm probably gonna forget someone later. Be like, I should have said them, but right now, probably Jim Gaffigan. Just this white
Pale
pudgy
on the pale.
dude, just hilarious, just pale, and he always does the little crowd voice.
Yeah.
But then, all right, that's my stand-up comedian. My general comedian is gonna have to be. This is a tough one, but it's a close race. But I'm gonna have to go with Jim Carrey. Mainly because of his Ace Ventura roles, and I base a lot of my life off those.
All right.
Man.
Try
Okay.
like
Ace
Ace Ventura.
Ventura.
a lot of the time.
All right.
I love those movies. All right,
Exactly.
my favorite comedian. I mean, it's hands down for me because I couldn't pick. I wanted to pick Chappelle, can't, but it had to go with the late great Bernie Mac, man. Bernie Mac just stand ups and shows, movies,
Damn funny.
hilarious. He's like the quintessential just black dude from the
Yeah.
hood. Like that's why he was so funny because you can relate to everything
I should
that he
could.
said and did, man. I'm telling you.
I know you could.
Hilarious, dude. Hilarious. Alright, so we're going to go back over real quick. Buckets, who's yours?
Dave Chappelle, and if we did a general, I would say Will Ferrell as the general stand-up
Okay.
being Dave Chappelle.
Scoots.
Richard Pryor.
Jay.
Dave Chappelle, or if we're doing general, I'll say Louis C.K. because his show was hilarious.
Alright, cool.
Jim Gaffigan for my stand-up,
For
and then Jim Carrey for my general.
Viking. And my favorite, Bernie Mac. I have a close second with Steve Carell, but I'm going to stick
he's so
with
funny.
Bernie
He's
Mac.
He's
And
so funny.
that's
He's
the
another
top
one.
5, or what?
Best five.
Best 5, top
You act
5
like we haven't been doing
comedians.
this.
You know what I'm saying? I just be thugging. Sometimes I don't be knowing what's going on.
Hey man,
Real
Thug
quick.
Life for real.
That's great, moderator.
Real quick. We're going to go
Don't
around.
judge.
Buckets is a man.
I know, don't judge.
Got
Don't
your job
judge
to
past
the
moderator.
black man.
It's the first time.
Oh man, this shit is funny.
Nah,
I love it though.
presidency.
It's so fun. All right, real quick, we're gonna go through, see if everybody has any quick questions, comments, concerns, anything they want to bring up. We just give the floor to you. Buckets. You got anything?
www.thestarting5podcast.com. We post every week on Mondays. We have a YouTube by the Starting Five Podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. We're on Twitch sometimes. It's the Starting Five with the number 5. We Twitch some. Like I said, YouTube video and a podcast update every week on Mondays. Make sure you tell your friends. Make sure you tell your enemies. Make sure you tell your mama. Make sure you tell your second cousin Jimmy. Make sure you tell Uncle Bob. And real quick, I just want to let everyone know that easily, if we were to vote someone off the island in our opening sketch, we would, without a doubt, vote off and eat Jay first. He just, it's nothing against him. I love the guy, but he just has so much more food on him than the rest of us. And so we'd be able to sustain ourselves for a couple weeks on that. And
Yeah.
really, he would have to go first, probably followed by Vante. Because Vante without Josh, no buffer, that it can get scary. So he would end up just rambling off old hood classics, and you wouldn't be able to understand him anymore. And then Gus and I,
Death
Wow.
match. Supposed to have a death match at that point in time.
Real quick, Viking. Have a death match.
Y'all have a death match right now?
Buckets.
No.
Quick
Well,
death match?
No, of course not.
Am I just chilling in the background
Yeah.
somewhere?
He Scootsy ran off somewhere. in the
Obviously,
back.
I'll
Viking
let you
and
guys
I
handle
would have to
this.
band together as white people to get rid of Scootsy.
Uh,
And then we would just wait for help because we knew help
Yeah.
was coming in like 10 days.
Oh man, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
All right, Scoots. Any comments you got, man? Floor is yours, dog.
I just want to know, after Josh, you're getting eaten second because of your ass. Alright, covers the whole room. So,
Pause.
Let's not. Pause.
Covers
Real
the-
quick.
Scootsy just admires Bucket's ass. That was kind of
It's
crazy.
a little weird.
Yeah, it was
To
strange.
be quite honest, it is fantastic. It
I'm
has
just
its
saying,
own
on a
Twitter
food
page.
on a food standpoint, we're not just gonna go straight to Vante.
Anything
We're gonna go
else?
to the next thing of
Scootsy,
meat.
do you have anything else other than this man's ass? Pause. You got anything else?
Nah, I'm just chilling.
Cool.
Goodness.
Jay, comments.
Nah, man, this is a great time, man. Y'all got it.
Viking, any comments?
If you don't mind, here I'm gonna read you off Cleveland's roster so we can assess the age.
Do the thug this.
Deladova, Joe Harris, Brendan Haywood.
Nah, man.
I just realized that no one understood why that was funny. Who was
Isn't, no, he's,
listening to us.
isn't he
we
from
ain't gonna-
Oklahoma?
Yeah, we ain't gonna explain it right now. Keep
2K,
going.
bro, 2K.
LeBron James,
LeBron
James
James.
Jones, Kevin Love, Sean Marion, Mike Miller,
Mike Trace.
Timothy Moss. It says Timothy.
Yeah,
Timothy. It's
His
Timothy.
name
name.
is terrible.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
his name.
He grew up in the hood.
Yes.
No, he's
I'm
from
Russia. In the hood,
Timothy Mozgov.
In the-
Russia.
in the
Siberia.
in the hoods of Russia.
In
Fucking
Siberia
Russia.
with bear dogs.
You know, a lot of times that with names, that's what it comes down to. Are they from the hood or are they from Russia? Like,
in your hood, they're Russia.
Real.
all right, hold on. Kendrick Perkins, Iman Shumpert, J.R. Smith, Tristan Thompson. They all old.
If I end
Like
up back
nobody
in the
under
hood,
like. There's maybe one or two people that have only been in the league a couple years.
Man.
So that's crazy. But on that note, it was fun. We got a little serious in the middle today for once. That was crazy, but it wasn't bad. We didn't get too out of hand.
Yeah, we shouldn't do that again.
No, probably not.
Well,
I'll take the heat on that one. I was just trying to make a little
No,
side.
you did a really bad job.
Well,
I told you it was gonna happen.
I
You
like
guys
that.
know it.
You're right. That
I'm
was
cool
out.
with that. I'm cool with that, man. I like talking about stuff like that. I'm going to quick one. Time in 2 minutes, real quick. Destiny player base now versus how it used to be now. A lot of people be being dicks. LFG is cool, but a lot of people be like, don't join my group unless you got 9-0 8 times. You got the guns to show it. All you don't, I'ma jump out of your group. Fuck y'all. Y'all trash too. I done played against a lot of y'all. Can't whoop me one-on-one. I hate Thorn. It's some bullshit.
Yeah.
All the new exotics for the fucking House of Wolves, nice. I like all the shit. Keep doing what you do. Activision and Bungie and all y'all keep doing y'all thug thizzle. Let us get them exclusives from PS4 because they some boo-boo.
PS4 doing it right.
I don't fuck with y'all gangbanging bitches. Y'all trash to me.
Gang banging bitches.
Anybody still be walking and see you walking, get on the new time, get you some money. Love my mama, love my kids. Make sure y'all watch our podcast. Make sure y'all follow our Twitch. Starting 5 with the number 5. And we up out of here.
Pause.